Welcome. This is Small Business Saturdays podcast with attorney Justin Camper. This podcast is for business owners who want to take their business to the next level. So stay tuned for legal tips and great insights on how to protect and grow your business. Good afternoon, good evening, whatever time zone you are in. This is Small Business Saturdays podcast with attorney Justin Camper. For those who don't know me, I am a small business and trademark attorney. I am the owner of Justin Camper Law, LLC, a law firm that specializes in helping small business owners protect and grow their business without the worries of unnecessary litigation. This podcast is going to be very insightful, filled with information, with special guests and legal tips from me. This is podcast episode number 1. So you are in for a special treat. This podcast episode is titled, Why Should You Start a Business in 2020? This podcast episode is for a select group of people. People who are thinking about starting a business, people who have just started their business in 2020, people who have been in business for a while but are unsure if you made a good decision about starting a business. If you fall in between either of these categories, this podcast episode is particularly for you. In this podcast, I'm going to talk about my personal journey and how I overcame challenges to starting my own business and law firm. I'm going to be giving you the 5 P's and the 3 M's you need to make sure that you start your business off the right way. And lastly, I will be giving some legal tips on how to protect and grow your business. But first, I want to start out by naming a few companies. Zoom, Amazon, Facebook, Netflix. What does all these businesses have in common? They are doing exceedingly well in 2020. They have not lost profit. They are growing as we speak. And I'm not sure if you are watching this podcast or listening to this podcast or when you're doing it, but 2020 has been a roller coaster of a year. We are in the midst of dealing with a global pandemic, economic crisis, racial tension between the law enforcement and the community, and tragic deaths from superstars like Kobe Bryant and Black Panther's Chadwick Boseman. I heard someone say that 2020 is the worst year to start a business. You would have to be crazy to start a business in this type of climate. I asked him why. He said because 2020 is the year of unpredictability, particularly with the pandemic. You don't know how things are going to turn out for the economy. The best thing to do is to secure a job. I wonder if said companies like Uber, Airbnb, Square, and Groupon would have followed the same logic back in 2007, 2008. In 2008, the world was in a recession, particularly America's economy was in bad shape. However, certain people decided to start businesses then, and now they are in position today winning in business. The truth is, you don't need to wait until the economy is perfect to start a business. You put yourself now in position to win by starting a business and doing the right steps right now. Times will always be uncertain. We will always live in a world of unpredictability. However, you must have the courage, faith, and innovative ideas that can thrive in any economical situation. Now, for the record, I do not believe everyone should start a business. I am not saying that just because you start a business, you will be successful. And furthermore, I am not saying that just because you start a business, you need to be a full-time entrepreneur. I do believe that you can be successful as a part-time entrepreneur. I do not believe that everyone is fit as the role as an entrepreneur, nor do I believe that it's always a perfect time for you in particular to start a business. So if you are shaky about if you should start a business, no worry. I'm going to give you some tips and some tricks to know if it's the right time for you to start your business. But first, I will be giving you my purpose along with my legal career journey and how I overcame challenges to starting my law firm. So, how do you know if you should start a business? I have identified the 5 P's to know if you are ready to start a business. P number 1, purpose, which is your why. P number 2, proposal, which is an idea or a solution. P number 3 is profitability. P number 4 is position, having the right team, knowing what position you play on the team. And P number 5 is perseverance. So I want to talk a little bit about myself. I want to tell you about my story. I want to start my story on why I decided to become a lawyer. It started in the 7th grade when I was forced to choose a career by my teachers. The career path that I had chose that very moment was to become a lawyer. I chose to become a lawyer so I can be an advocate for my people, be a good role model, make tons of money, and help out the African American low income communities at the exact same time. At that time, I wanted to become a business lawyer, but I didn't share it with anyone because I didn't think I was smart enough to understand business law. But I had a strong passion for helping communities, so I thought eventually I would go into doing government or nonprofit work. And I figured that was the best way to do that. When I started to go to Purdue for undergrad, I went to a group called Echo PC. In Echo PC, every single Saturday, we gathered together to make sandwiches and pack lunches to serve the homeless in downtown Chicago. And as I would serve the lunches to the homeless, I would look up at these tall skyscraper buildings in amazement. It still amazes me at how in big cities there is so much wealth and poverty living in the same area. After several trips of serving the homeless, I felt as if we were only putting a band-aid on a major problem. These people depending on us to give them food, and they needed us every single Saturday. I wanted to know more for them so that they didn't have to depend on us. I realized back then that what my purpose was, which is to empowering people to succeed. I knew that I didn't want to just be the person that gives hands out. I wanted to be the person that gives people a hand up. And after law school, I ended up getting my first legal job in Indianapolis at a nonprofit, providing legal services for low-income people. I ended up getting fired from that job because I failed the bar exam. And I geared up to take the bar exam again, and I failed it again by 5 points. I felt like giving up on my legal career at that point. However, due to God, encouragement from my family, friends, and church at the time, I decided to take the bar again, and I passed it on the 3rd try. And after I got sworn in as an attorney, I got my first legal job working for the prosecutor's office. After a year, I didn't like the job and eventually ended up working for a law firm. And while I was at this law firm, I thought I was going to do criminal defense. It made sense because I had a career as a prosecutor. And after a few cases with criminal law, I realized I didn't like it. It didn't serve my purpose well to empowering people to succeed. I felt that at that time, I was defending repeat actors who didn't have the resources they needed to get out of trouble with the law. However, when my friends found out I was starting a law firm, they would send cases my way. The type of cases that they would send my way was business law. And I kept getting cases after cases after cases from business owners who need help reviewing a contract, setting up their LLC, or getting the legal work done for their nonprofit. All of a sudden, I felt like I was truly operating in my purpose by helping business owners to continue to do business and serve the community with their product or service. Then it hit me that I can fulfill my calling by empowering people to succeed, by empowering business owners through my legal work, and in turn, these business owners will help the community by providing jobs for people to work and producing great products and services for the community. So I was excited, and I finally found a type of law that gives me passion and purpose. However, I realized that I was trained in criminal law and not in business law. So I decided to work some other jobs in the legal field for months at a time because I wanted to grow in my experience as a business attorney. And I was waiting until I found a job as in a business law firm. So I eventually found a job at a business law firm, and I began to do work, and I enjoyed the work that I was doing, and I began to market myself and gain clients and learn these different areas of business law. And eventually, the ratio of the clients that the firm was giving me was much lower than the ratio of the clients that I was generating on my own. And I had to break relations with that law firm into starting my own law firm, which is Justin Campbell Law LLC, a law firm specialized in helping small business owners protect and grow their business. So after hearing my story, you may have recognized some things. My purpose, my why. My purpose is to empower people to succeed. I cannot do a business or a job that does not align with my personal why, the reason for my existence. You can't either. So if you are trying to figure out if you are prepared to start a business, or you started a business and you're not sure if it's the right business, identify if what you are doing lines up with your personal why, your reason for your existence, your purpose. And if you identify if this is for your purpose, then you are setting up yourself on a good foundation for your business, and it will help you guide your future decisions in your business. Number 2 was my proposal. What I call proposal is an idea that leads to a solution. All businesses start with is an idea that leads to a solution. Business is solving problems. If your business has an idea that can solve a problem in the marketplace, you are then considered valuable, and people will pay for your value that you bring. And if you have an idea that leads to a solution that's valuable in the marketplace, it may be time for you to start your business. Number 3 is profitability. You have to make sure that your business idea is profitable, meaning people want to pay you for your product or service and buy it over and over again. If you have a great idea that solves a solution to something, but people aren't willing to pay for it over and over again, and it costs you more to make the product or to make the service than people are willing to pay for it, then you're not profitable. You're actually losing money by doing it. And you may just have a great hobby, but not a business. However, if you do have a product or service that provides a solution in the marketplace that people are willing to pay for it over and over again, then you have profitability, and it may be time for you to start a business. Number 4 is my position. Every single business needs a team of people. You need an attorney. You need an accountant. You need insurance. You may need a marketer. You may need someone to help you do your books, an accountant. So every single business is important. To you to have the right team. Every entrepreneur is not a great marketer, not a great salesperson. They're not good at customer service. However, you have to know what position you're supposed to play in your business and hire those around you to help make sure that your business is successful. And once you understand your position and you have access to the right team, you are ready to start a business. Number 5 is perseverance. You will fail and make mistakes. There are going to be slow days and slow weeks and maybe even slow months in your business where you might not have a lot of customers coming in. However, you must have the perseverance to keep pursuing your goal and your dream in business, to keep pushing through the obstacles to succeed in your business. If you have perseverance deep in your heart, it may be time for you to start your business. So I'll repeat, the 5 P's to starting a business, to knowing if it's right for you to start your business, is to know your purpose, your proposal, your profitability, your position, and your perseverance. If you possess these 5 traits, I would say that you're ready to start a business. However, there are also 3 M's to help accelerate whatever business you are planning on starting. Here are the 3 M's: money, mentorship, and mastery. I'll say it again: money, mentorship, and mastery. Every business needs money, mentorship, and mastery. So let's start with money. You need money to start your business. You need money to pay for legal documents, setting up your LLC, or hiring an attorney. You need money for marketing, to be able to spread the word. You need money for branding, to create a logo, to create designs for your business. You need money to make the products, to make the services. Now, how much money? That depends on you and on your industry. It depends on your level of talent, your time, your tenacity, and your team. Because the truth is that some people start out businesses with very little money, and some people start out with a very good chunk of money. And the difference is based off of the resources that person had and what type of business they were trying to do. If you're a very multi-talented person who can do marketing and who can do sales and customer service, you have a nice level of talent, and you may not necessarily need to hire, or pay for people to fill those areas and those gaps. If you have a lot of time on your hands that you're able to, pour into your business, then, you may not need to hire. You may not need to spend a lot of money. And you have a strong tenacity, you have a great discipline, and also if you have a great team. Sometimes when you start a business, there are people who are willing to help you on your team who may do it for free or for a very low cost because they believe in the vision. So if you have time, talent, tenacity, and the right team, you may not need as much money. However, you will need some level of money at some point. So you may have to figure out funding. You may have to figure out how to save. It's up to you. But you are in order to accelerate your business, you're going to need money. Number 2 is mentorship. A wise person learns from the mistakes of others. Learn from people who are successful in your particular industry. There is someone out there who has probably already done or done something similar to what you're looking for. This will help you excel in your business. Find good mentors. I've watched, our countless hours of videos from business owners who have exceeded very, very well. And the common thread that I see in a lot of them is that they have mentorship. Find a good mentor. A mentor might be paying for a course. It might mean working a job somewhere so you can learn the skills and the traits that you need to be able to successfully run a business. But mentorship is one of the keys to helping you excel in your business. Number 3 is mastery. There is no way around it. The reason why people will choose your business over and over again because they're assuming that you provide them the best service or product at the best value for the best price. What I'm trying to say is that the best way to provide value to your customer is becoming a master at whatever product or service you are selling. Or you become a master at running the system that produces the best product or service. Otherwise, the market will find you out and they will find someone else who did master whatever you're selling, and they would choose them over you. You have to constantly learn and grow. on how to get better at producing a good product or service for your customer. So you have to learn mastery. So those are the 3 M's to accelerate your business: money, mentorship, and mastery. And as I promised, I want to leave you some legal tips as to how to start your business. And in future podcast episodes, I'm going to go into detail into every single one of them. There are 5 ways to legalizing your business. I would say at least 5 ways. Number 1, setting up an LLC or a corporation or a nonprofit. Number 2, drafting contracts for your business. Number 3, trademarks and copyrights, protecting your intellectual property or even patents. So trademarks, copyrights, and patents, protecting your intellectual property. Number 4 is setting up online protection. That means privacy policies and disclaimers and terms and conditions for your website. And number 5 is legal representation in transactions. That means hiring an attorney to help you in your transactions as you are doing business with different people. These steps are meant to help you avoid business litigation. And my law firm specializes in these 5 areas to helping you legalize your business. We also provide business litigation because there's some times when you may have not hired an attorney and you need an attorney now because you didn't know the things that you were supposed to do to set your business up the right way. Or there are some times when you just have a bad customer or you do a bad deal with someone and you simply can't avoid litigation. So we do provide business litigation as well if people want representation in a lawsuit. And lastly, we also help you provide you with ways to get funding for your business. So that may be drafting up a proposal, an investment agreement, or a pitch deck. So we do all these things to help you get funding for your business. So if you need any of these things, do not hesitate to contact my business. As I stated in my story, in my pitch, starting a successful business is not something you can do alone. You need a mentorship and you need the right team around you. And I want to be on your team if you do not have an attorney on your team. And I want to be there to help you take your business to the next level. So that when you do become the next Amazon or Zoom or Facebook or Amazon, that you did all the right steps and beforehand and by having the right legal documents and legal things in place. So every single business needs an attorney on their team. I want to be on your team. If you are in need of services and you want to get personalized legal advice for starting your business, contact my office at justincamperlaw.com. Or you can contact me at my business number, 219-281-61666. I hope you enjoyed today's podcast. Some of you still may not believe that there are small businesses out there who are thriving and starting businesses and nonprofits in 2020. Well, I am going to be interviewing special guests who have been thriving in 2020, who have started businesses in 2020. They're going to be on this podcast. So the next podcast, I want to be giving details about legalizing your business once you decide to start your business. So we got a lot of fun topics that we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about small business owners who started their business in 2020. We're going to talk about how to develop solid relationships in business. Small business owners who have been thriving in 2020. We're going to talk about. I'm going to be talking to business professionals who are experts in their field, marketers, salespersons, human resource people, insurance agents, accountants, and then I'm going to talk about getting legal podcasts, the legal things you need to help protect your podcast. So we're going to have some podcasters on here as well. So we got a lot of fun, great topics for business owners who want to protect and grow their business. So I hope you enjoyed today's podcast. It was a pleasure doing this. And until next time, stay legal. Thank you for listening to Small Business Saturday podcast with your host, Attorney Justin Camper. I hope you gained some valuable tips on how to protect and grow your business. Remember, this podcast does not count as personalized legal advice. Neither do you create an attorney-client relationship with me. However, if you do want an attorney to give you personalized legal advice for your business, contact me at justincamperlaw.com. It has been a pleasure to do this podcast and share my legal information. Please subscribe and rate this podcast so I can continue to give you more legal information. Until next Saturday, stay legal.